All right.
And welcome everybody to another episode of the Simply Awesome Podcast. This week we have our special guest, Marquise Williams, author. How you feeling, man?
I can't complain, brother. Every day above ground is good.
Hey, man, how you feeling, Royal?
Good. How you feeling, Lane?
Pretty good, man. God's great. I see today I went for a walk. Clear mind, fresh air, even though it was raining. But
Nice. Marcus, would you like to introduce yourself and maybe plug your platforms, YouTube, Twitter, anything like that? Website.
Yeah, absolutely. So hello everyone. I'm Marcus Williams. I'm a graduate of Coppin State University. Went there with my friend Aleem there, as y'all can see.
Right.
Yeah.
DSU.
I ain't gonna do all that, but yeah, Coppin, Yeah, I'm a super nerd, but I wrote a book, you guys, about marketing. I've been a marketer for the past 3-4 years now, and I wrote some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout the time to help out newer or veteran marketers or people that's in sales as well with some of the stuff I've learned to help out those.
Nice.
And the name of your
What'd you say?
The name of your book?
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's called A Marketer's Diary. It is on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles at the moment. I unfortunately don't have ebook yet, but on the way.
All right. And what was the premise of book?
So I basically wrote it because I remember when I first started, once I graduated college and I was offered a job with where I'm at now, I didn't know anything about marketing. So I had to do a lot of studying, a lot of trainings, a lot of, et cetera. And through my time, I got a little bit better. And I was blessed that I was able to travel and help out other marketers and stuff. I worked in Detroit, Houston, and Atlanta twice. And one day somebody made a joke about writing a book. So I said, hey, I'll do it. And my book is pretty much just everything I've learned throughout time and things that made me a little bit better as a marketer.
Nice.
What do you expect for people to get from out of the book?
I would expect, more importantly, just confidence, because marketing, depending on where you stand as a marketer, a lot of times you're on an island. So it's a bit nerve-wracking. It's a bit, it puts you in a very questionable place sometimes. And a lot of people usually end up leaving marketing. But if you always have that assistance and that help, it helps push you to the next level sometimes. Like sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
One of the key quotes that I've learned is that, education brews confidence. So the book, I pretty much wrote it just so that way you always have like a reminder, like a little refresher always with you. Like, okay, maybe I could have did this a little different and stuff like that.
Okay. Does the book have any key tips or tricks or key elements as far as for marketing within the Black community? Or is it just for newcomers or people who just, it's not specifically race-based, but just for the general public? But
Yes, sir. It's just, I wrote the book generally just for anybody. I didn't really target any specific audiences. But if I was to say a specific audience as far as the African-American community, depending what type of marketing they are in, I wrote it from the aspect that, you possibly may do door-to-door, retail, or not so much for business or SEOs, but more or less, if you are a person like a more face-to-face marketer, it is more entailed for you.
Do you think that this book is good for people who's starting like small businesses?
Not so much. Some tips you can take from there and push it into small business. So I have a section of my book that I titled, or a chapter, I guess, that I titled Confidence 101. That's a little bit more analytical, more for numbers. If you are like me, like I was in school, if you're more into like the numbers and just being straightforward, that section is a little bit more for you.
Okay. Any questions for Royal?
No, I think you asked all the good relevant questions right there, man. That was a good question.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, look at my
really gritty.
I didn't know it was that good of an interviewer.
You got your point sometimes. You got it sometimes.
Okay. Like, hold on. I think I have like one more question. And do you have any plans on venture off to making more books?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yes, sir. So, me technically right now, the book falls under the self-help category, or technically business. And me personally, I wrote it with the thought that, I just wanted to help someone else out. I didn't really ever plan on being an author, but going through the process, I worked with a hybrid publisher, Page Publishing, and, just going through the process, learning the ins and outs and the things you can do, and especially the life it can provide you if you really go through with it and work hard. I would look forward to write another book. But me personally, as an author, not a writer, as an author though, I would definitely, I like to give you information that I've definitely sat down, thought about, worked over, understood, learned. I just don't want to pass out something that, I just, you can Google it and just, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's smart. That's smart.
And if I ever venture into another genre or another niche per se, more or less like, I guess, romance, horror, thrillers, whatever, I may, adventure, then I would then practice writing a little bit differently.
Okay. And last question. So this book is this book should be really good for people on social media, especially if they're promoting like podcasts or the different like YouTube pages and stuff like that. Do you think this book would be a ideal read?
So for the people that's more into like I just mentioned, podcasting, influencers, I guess is the technical term, but the people of like YouTubers, podcasters, bloggers, and bloggers, I didn't tell my book directly to them, but there are certain parts that you can take from my book. I really wrote it directly, not directly, but for more so people in the marketing field, day in, day out, and not so much advertising. So those type of people tend to advertise a little bit more. They want their like message out per se. A lot of people who are like in marketing, they market for a bigger corporation or someone that's like quote unquote paying them to market something. I.e., if you work for like Coca-Cola.
So on the phone, door to door, that
Yeah, those type of marketers. Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
So like the Wolf of Wall Street.
I guess, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
And people who are like more into sales as well, that's more or less the audience that I was more or less working around, because technically my job falls under sales as well, but we were classified as marketing, so I wrote it with that name.
That's smart. That's smart.
That's dope. That's dope. That's really good to the blue collar workers. People really trying to get out the mud and have to be
yes, sir. So people. So I guess in the more African American aspect of things, if I was to target a specific audience, I would say people who I see more or less like from our college experience as well, Lee. People who are more or less into like the Forex trading, the people who are doing like the wake up nows and stuff. The book can kind of like help them in a sense more before a person who's like, I would just like to start up a business and work through. You want to work more with the public relations team more than me in my book, if that's the case.
That's smart. That's smart. You know what audience you were going for, and you tailor it to that. You can always expand more on other books if you ever want to. That was smart.
Yes, sir.
Man, we just want to thank you for helping the community. You know what I'm saying? That's a big piece.
I want to say thank you guys for first off having me on your podcast. I was talking to one of my coordinators and they were saying like, hey, you definitely want to, get on podcasts and stuff like that. And Aline set it up for me, and I was like, hey, sometimes God works in mysterious ways, So.
Man, I got you back, man. No problem.
Do you have a Twitter or Facebook or maybe a website people can reach you at if they want to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So my Facebook, I actually have an author page on Facebook, author Marcus Williams. Instagram, my handle is at author Marcus Williams. And on Twitter, because I had it for God knows how long, It's Captain_Curve1 or 01.
Okay.
All right.
I'm more active on Facebook and on Instagram though.
All right, Marcus. Well, we got you on the podcast, so we're gonna have you chime in on some of our topics today. So, you know what I'm saying, what we got, Roy?
All right, first thing we're going to hit on is the Baltimore County ransomware thing that happened, I think a week or two ago?
It was
the school system, where they held the school system for ransom in the county. And
yeah. Oh my God, the hackers, they don't stop. Huh.
People need to upgrade your systems. I understand people will be slow and I understand the bureaucracy of things, but upgrade the damn systems. I would have thought they would have learned from what happened in Baltimore City last year with the ransomware. With us, like, no, we're not going to upgrade. Like, upgrade the damn systems. Pay the extra money and upgrade your systems, because you're going to pay more if you don't.
I mean, that's the way it was with the NBA. Last year with stuff like that. Like they had it for ransom.
Yes. They have the whole city for ransom. People want to pay that water bill. People want to pay that. Like, no, I gotta pay that. I gotta pay that. That's for ransom.
Yeah, there's never a dull moment here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Never.
That's wild.
What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think that niggas need to upgrade their security. You need to use that money for for simple things and things that are helpful for us.
Yeah, I mean, me personally. So when I was reading over it, one thing I took from it was that they were saying teachers and I guess education professionals, they probably won't have access to like transcripts and stuff like that and lesson plans and objectives. And honestly, like that's kind of like coming to a basketball game without jerseys. You know what I'm saying? It's coming to like you know what I'm saying? Like if you strip that from a teacher because of whatever's happening, you pretty much take the game.
They're gonna be off their game. Not unless you already, had a backup plan, but not saying you talking about shit, at least 10 pages.
Yeah, but most of that stuff is in the cloud anyway, so they don't have physical access to it. So they're like, oh, I can't log on, I can't do nothing with it. What do I do?
Right? You everything off memory? No, I mean that creates a bad teaching environment, let alone that they're already doing everything pretty much from Zoom. So like,
it's wild.
It's all improv, so that's weird, but
it is weird. All right, that's a good transition to the next topic. The whole entire U.S. government was hacked.
Isn't that surprising?
Yes. If you didn't hear, this is something that was just found out maybe a couple of weeks ago, whatever. There was a huge hack on the U.S. government. They think it was a Russian group.
Of course, Russia.
That was actually, they have a specific group of Russian people. I forget the name. I don't have it with me. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Let me look it up right there so I don't get it wrong. Hold on. What's the name of this? They want to say it is the Russian the SVR, which is apparently a Russian intelligence group. There's a splinter Russian intelligence group called SVR. They got in through a security company, through Orion Systems, which I guess is the government contractor that does all the security updates and things. It's a program most places run. And they got in with a unsecured packet in the actual program. And so they got into the Pentagon, the White House, Department of Treasury, Homeland Security, Postal Service, National Institute of Health, and many other places in Fortune 500 companies, including Microsoft. This went on from March to right after Thanksgiving, and they just found out about it. So they unrestricted access, depending on what systems were updated with this patch, because certain places are slow with updating their patches in businesses, as you know. So some places were affected, some places weren't, but I think it was like 118,000 companies between government officials, private contractors, and independent businesses.
Seems like whoever that hacker was, he or she made out. It sounds like to me.
They don't know exactly what they went through because the system was compromised from March, and we're just finding out about it. So we have to backdate to see exactly who was affected, how long they were affected, and what exactly they got. So that's going to take maybe a year so to actually go back and see. So there's a lot of data to go through from each system, depending on who has clearance to see what, who has operational authority to see anything, and all that. Plus, they got to do interagency task force actually look at these things. So yeah, that's good. It's a
So right now
whole
you're
thing.
telling me that we're vulnerable as a country right now.
Well,
Aside from COVID.
technically, everybody is vulnerable as a country, but more so, yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice.
This is the modern warfare everybody be talking about. People like, oh, the benefit. No, it's cyber warfare. That's the modern warfare.
So you think they potentially got access to turn off our grid?
The grid is actually hard to get to, so they could technically get to it. It's not hard. We know they don't have access to any nuclear power plants because they aren't on the grid. Well, they aren't connected to the internet. We know they don't have any nuclear reactors. They aren't connected to the internet. They use very, very old systems that aren't actually internet capable. Just so something like that can happen.
Man, you know what I noticed
So
is
that was safe, but other stuff, yeah.
What I noticed is that, like, over the years working for different companies, like if you ever notice, like, they got some old ass cash registers that people used like back in the 90s and the 80s and shit, and they never update that shit. That's pretty much
cashier.
It depends on what industry
places
you're in.
are.
Because if you're in a contract, if you're a military contractor or you're a contractor with the government, you might have the latest and greatest stuff. But if you're actually in the government, you won't have the latest stuff because you know how tough it is getting the red tape and everything with stuff like that. Like I said, certain companies have to update something. We don't know who has it, who doesn't.
It's crazy how we have the greatest military, but yet we have like the worst cybersecurity. Even though it's not, but it is though.
We have a whole cybersecurity division of the military that's working as a joint task force or whatever. But again, it's a whole thing where it comes down to individual companies and what they actually do to upgrade and update their systems. We know the government is slow as shit to upgrade their system. We know the actual government is. So they'll be on stuff from teams like, oh, we just haven't got to it yet or whatever. And that's how stuff goes. As we saw in the city, that's how stuff goes. But these Fortune 500 companies, if they didn't upgrade their software, they're straight. If they did, we don't know how bad it is. Luckily, it was caught. We don't know. Again, it wasn't caught all the time, but it was caught. So we had to go back to see exactly what the damage is. Hopefully, it wasn't anything catastrophic. But again, we won't know until the investigation done. And again, that won't be for years. Probably have a damn congressional hearing about it and all that.
True. What you think about this, Marcus?
It's above my pay grade, I will tell you that. But one thing I can say, man, if that is the case, man, it's just another roadblock, and in my mindset, it's another roadblock. Just a plethora of problems. Seems like.
Very true.
Agree with that, man.
All right, let's go up to the next subject. STEMI's hitting. STEMI's hitting for everybody apparently. Selling checks been hitting since Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. To some people bank accounts. Navy Federal was fucked up. Nobody getting that Navy Federal account that night or the day after because the military check was hitting and STEMI's was hitting that day and night. So people was like, I can't log in, I can't see nothing. I don't know what's going on. But apparently STEMI's been hitting every damn day since Tuesday, just hitting.
Yeah, I feel like everybody got their stuff from me.
Well.
You guys yours yet, Roy?
No, not yet, brother. I ain't seen nothing yet.
What about you, Marcus?
Oh yeah.
Of course, being an author, you know what I'm saying? You get so much time, huh?
Nah, I don't know. I usually whenever those situations come about, I usually always get mine on time or whatever. I guess, I don't know.
That you do.
That's smart. That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. I mean, granted, as soon as it comes, mine's is pretty much gone. I got to take care of some book stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to be like you. All right.
I'm trying to be better.
But yeah, we got a little drizzle of stimulus compared to what we got from last year with the 1,200.
Yeah, apparently they're still in talks for us to get more though. That's what I was told.
Oh,
I
and
don't know.
we're about to get to that. We're about to get to that. Aline, your thoughts on this, or are you done with it right now? So we get to the next part.
Yeah, I'm done. We go to the next part.
All right. So apparently, Congress and the Senate, whatever, they still pushing for 2,000, still batted out. But apparently, the Maryland congressmen are pushing for the state of Maryland to actually push through the $2,000 stimulus fund. We use a rainy day fund and other funds we have set aside just for our state, just to push it through. Like, fuck whatever the federal government doing. We need to help our people now.
That's awesome. I'm for it.
We don't know if it's actually gonna go through. They're pushing for it. They're pushing for it. They still gotta be signed. They gotta be approved. But that's what they're pushing for right now.
I'm for it. Yeah.
Also for it.
Say the least, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? We're one of the richest states, I believe, still so far. So yeah, we definitely need that.
Yeah. Next thing is Republican senators are saying they're going to oppose the certification of the 2020 election results, saying they're not going to uphold that Joe Biden is the president-elect.
Huh?
Republicans are saying they're not going to uphold the electoral college results, saying that Joe Biden is the president-elect. They say that we don't agree with that shit. They're going to say it's false. We ain't going to vote this in. Fuck you, we're gonna hold this shit up. That's what they say.
Why?
Because they can. Why do you think they didn't pass the damn $2,000 stimulus bill? The fuck? They said we got the power. Fuck y'all. We're gonna do what we want.
So what the hell? What the? I thought they were supposed to be, capitulating.
No. They said fuck that shit. We do what we like.
That is terrible.
That's some wild ass shit, right?
That is
So they still live in fantasy?
What are y'all thoughts on this?
Is it legal?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's illegal, but they're gonna do it. They say, yeah, we're not gonna agree to this shit. We don't think that's real. We think to recount the votes. Go do some more shit. We don't agree with that. You don't agree with that.
This is another step back, for us moving forward as a country. We got things that we got to take care of first.
Another roadblock, right?
People wild, man. Wild out here,
like,
but they said they're gonna do everything they want.
All this political banter is just trash, and it's not good.
Okay, next thing we got. Let's see. Okay, Larry King, the reporter, has COVID. TV host has COVID. Even though he's old as hell, hopefully he pulls through.
Yeah, hopefully he pulls through. Well, how old is he? Like 90?
He's up there.
He's up there. He's super old. He's been an old
dude
forever.
He's been old forever. It's like him and Morgan Freeman been old forever.
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Larry King. So the craziest thing about Larry King, man. So coming from Greenmount, I grew up with a lot of fighters in a very different way. And one thing I always tell people, like, no matter how competitive you are on a basketball court with your hands, if you're a boxer, if you're like how I was in college, I mean, like just always competitively trying to get better. It's hard to really battle genetics. You know what I mean? It's something you really can't control. And when I was looking up, Larry King, he had a lot of battles. You know what I mean? Like 20 years ago, he was fighting prostate cancer. He had a quintuple bypass heart surgery. 2 of his kids died this summer. Well, past summer. Like that's, my heart goes out to that man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, he's definitely a fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter. Hopefully he pulls through.
Definitely a legend.
Yeah, legend. We lost the legendary rapper MF Doom last year. We just found out about it a couple of days ago. We lost some action on Halloween Day. We literally found out about it like what New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I found
It's
out when that was
crazy.
my time.
It was crazy. I'm like, I was literally just listening to his album Food the other day. I was like, yeah, let's get a shit. And he's got like a lot of people who don't know him because he's underground. He had a lot of respect in the industry. A lot of he's a favorite rapper. Very lyrical, very intricate, very smooth, crazy ass beats. Like flow was phenomenal. A legend I'll be missed.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of rappers died in 2020.
A lot.
A lot of, whether it was like tragedy or just, just sheer luck of, Mother Nature. It's unfortunate. That's why I was preach, saying good health, saying watch your surroundings, saying try, saying being, good peace and harmony.
Yeah. All right, we got like 3 minutes left. We need to speed through this before we go. Bitcoin hit a historic high of 33,000.
33,000, like shit, man. I can't get none of that stock.
That's crazy because I remember when it hit 20,000 in 2017. Went back down to like 5,000 or 6,000. That was back up. It rose. It was like 25,000 last week. Now it's 33.
Roy, I'm still mad at you for not investing in Bitcoin when it was trash.
Look, man, I can't invest if I got no money, man. I can't. If you don't got that to invest,
No,
you invest.
he knew at the time. Bitcoin was like what, $1 or $1.
Look, man, if you don't have the funds, how you gonna do it, bro?
He was hopefully the first person on it. Had he been the first person on it, we'd be rich right now.
Look, man, you can't change the past. The past, it is what it is. Look,
but he knew about it. He knew about it when it was low. It was mad low.
Well, if you want hot on something, Ethereum is hot right now. Litecoin's popping, Dogecoin. They have loads of other things you can hop on right now. Acorn got his coin coming out in a couple years. If you want hop on something, there's plenty of other assets and resources for you to look at. You to research yourself and hop on.
No. You missed our opportunity. That's why I'm mad. And you make it seem like,
we're going. We all missed out, but there's opportunities popping up every day.
Touche.
There's a new coin every day, and all it takes is one person to say something. Let's go ahead. All right, let's get on to some more serious things. LA County is in a crisis right now. They have no more beds in the hospital, and the tents are full up there at the hospital. So if you are messed up, like you have a heart attack, seizure, something like that, have a crazy animal attack or something, and the ambulance cannot resuscitate you at the scene or the way to the hospital, or they do resuscitate you all the way, you may not see a doctor when you get there, and even if they can, even if they don't, you're declared dead. They're like, we ain't trying no more, you're dead, you're gone. It's so bad that the morgues in LA are actually full up and they have nowhere to put the dead bodies.
So what are they doing with the bodies? They're burning them?
I think they're doing refrigerator trucks or refrigeration or whatever. And this is gonna be the last little bit. Get y'all stuff in. What y'all gotta say?
I think that sounds like they're harvesting organs.
Yeah, that sounds like that definitely sounds like that.
People don't believe COVID real, man. People don't believe it, but it's ain't no more beds.
God bless those families, man.
God bless those families.
I felt like heart transplants, lung transplants are going to be more accessible.
Maybe.
That's tough. That's tough.
Very, very tough.
Very tough.
That's the only thing about when you go to California, well, LA specifically, man. It's already like